Hey you, today we're going to be talking about ways to make extra money during this pandemic. Side hustles that you can do to bring in a little extra money on the side or money to replace income that you may have lost. If you have been looking for ways to bring in some extra money, then you want to stay tuned. Welcome to Healthy, Wealthy, Skinny, where we focus on the steps to help you live a healthy, wealthy, and skinny life. I'm Sean, and if you are ready to start thriving and not just surviving, go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon so you get a notification every week when I drop a new video. And be sure to stay until the end because, as always, I've got something special for you. Let's jump right into my list because I'm sure you are anxious to figure out some ways to bring in some extra money. Number one on my list is personal shopping. Now, this is one that I think many people sleep on. I've been trying to get my nieces and nephews to do this for years now. But now that we're in this pandemic, it is more relevant. There are many people out there that need help with all types of shopping. You have elderly people, you have people without transportation, and you have people that are just too busy right now working from home and taking care of their kids doing digital learning to do shopping. Right now, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in things like lockdowns and social distancing. And during this time, many people just don't want to go shopping. They don't want to go in stores where they have to bring their kids out in public. And these are situations where a personal shopper would come in handy. As a personal shopper, you could go out and shop for groceries or toiletries from Walmart or any type of shopping that a person would pay you to do. You can make money doing all types of shopping for people, and it doesn't have to be just groceries, although that is a good option. There are services out there like Instacart where you can go and work and be a shopper for people, but I want you to think a little deeper on this. Think of being truly a personal shopper. Here's what I mean. I love using Instacart. And when I use Instacart, sometimes I get a really good shopper that communicates with me well, and we just work well together and my order goes flawlessly. And I always stop and think, what if I could deal directly with that person every time I want to do my shopping? What if I wanted them to shop for me in more than one store? I would love to be able to work with that one individual and have them to take care of all of my shopping needs. They would truly be my personal shopper. They would get to know me, know the things that I like, and be able to pivot and make substitutions as needed. This is where you could come in as truly a personal shopper, where you would branch out on your own, get your own clients, and work personally for them. Expanding more on the personal shopping angle, we have side hustle number 2, which is providing delivery services. Both prior to the pandemic and now, people just need help getting things delivered. With the exposure that anyone can get on social media, I'm more of a fan on people branching out and starting their own companies, but you can also provide delivery services for well-known companies like Amazon or Uber. People need all types of things delivered to them these days, and this can range from groceries to patio furniture, and you can be the person that helps them with that. Now, this one just hit me. What if you became the middleman for people who buy things off of Craigslist or Let Go? Sometimes people feel uncomfortable meeting people in random places or going to people's houses to pick up items that they've purchased. You could provide a service where you would go and pick up those items and deliver them to the person that's ordered them. Now, if you decide to do this, I do recommend that you be very careful and you take all types of precautions because it is dangerous sometimes ordering things off of Craigslist and meeting people in certain destinations. But if you can put certain security measures in place, then you could go and pick up things that maybe a female would not want to do because it would put her in a bad and unsafe position. Number 3 on my list is freelancing. Now, if you've watched any video on YouTube that talks about side hustles, then freelancing is probably going to be one of the options on that video. And I'm going to tell you why. There is a wide assortment of things that you can do that fall under freelancing, so we have to mention it in a video where we're talking about side hustles. And now that we're in this pandemic, you can use your skills as a freelancer to maybe do some of the things that you were doing at your previous job. So let's say you were an office manager or secretary where you answered phones, answered email, and scheduled travel. You can take these skills and become a virtual assistant, and you can do those exact same things from home. You would be a freelancer because you would not be working for a particular company. You would be working for yourself, providing those virtual services to anyone who needs it. And those are not the only things that you can do as a freelancer. You can become a freelance writer, photographer, videographer, video editor, graphics designer, web developer, or any number of things. You can take any number of skills that you have and become a freelancer. Here are a few things that you should do if you want to become a freelancer. The first thing you need to do is decide what niche you're going to be in, and basically that just means decide what type of work you're going to do. After that, you want to get a clear list of your services. You might have a wide range of skills that you can do, but you might only want to focus on a core set of those skills. The next thing you want to do is determine your ideal client. It is really hard to market yourself when you don't know who you're marketing yourself to. So now that you know what niche you want to be in and what skills you want to offer, you want to make sure you know the exact type of client that you're looking for. So in other words, what client would be a good fit for your services? The next two things you want to do is determine your prices and then determine a way to market yourself. And this is where you might use social media or sites like Upwork or Fiverr. And finally, you want to start working and leveling up your skills. And as you put in some time and gain more experience, you can then adjust your prices to meet your skill level. You'll also then have some past clients that you can get to give you testimonials, and then that will give you some social proof that shows that you are good at doing those skills that you are marketing. Number 4 on my list is tutoring. During this pandemic, schools everywhere have closed and most kids are doing digital learning. During this time, kids of all ages are not able to interact with their teachers one-on-one like they're used to in a classroom. And there are many kids out there that are not doing well in this new type of environment. There are many parents out there who are essential workers and can't be home with their kids, or parents that are now working from home that are busy working and still don't have the time to spend with their kids to give them the attention that they need on a lot of their school subjects. So this means that this is a prime time for tutoring. You can become an online tutor and help kids in any number of subjects online. Prior to this pandemic, tutoring was always a good side job for you to have, but it was mainly focused on teaching kids in other countries English. You can take that so much further now because there's a whole wide range of kids that are now in a position where they have to learn digitally. This side hustle is also a good idea for college students or high school students that excel in certain subjects. You guys are closer to these subjects and you probably remember them a lot more than someone my age would. So you would make a great tutor for a middle school or an elementary school child that needs some help with their math or their English or their social studies. So if you like working with kids, you're good in these subjects, and you have the patience to teach someone, then becoming a tutor is a great side hustle during this pandemic. And number 5 on my list is my personal favorite, and it is teaching people anything that you know. Most people have something that they do really well, and they take that skill for granted. Stop and think for a minute about things that you really like to do, that you've been doing for a long time, and people give you all types of compliments when you do it. These are skills that you can get online and teach other people and make some money doing it. Here's an example. Let's say that you love yoga and you've taken hundreds of yoga classes. And now that we're in this pandemic, you do yoga at home by yourself and you don't need an instructor or a YouTube video. Chances are you are so good at yoga now that you could teach an online yoga class. You could start a YouTube channel or even Zoom meetings and teach yoga and charge for it. This is an example of using a skill that you have and teaching someone else. Here's another example. Let's say you are good with setting up computers and other type of equipment. People are always amazed at how you have the music set up in your apartment at house with wireless speakers and your home office is flawless. You could provide those type of services to people who are now working from home and have no idea how to get these things set up. There are people that are working from home that still haven't gotten their cameras right for their Zoom meeting and their microphones suck. So there are people that will pay you to help them set up their home office during this time. So that's using your technical skills to help people start working from home. And then here's one more example just to bring this concept home. You are a mom of 5 and you've been cooking for your 5 kids for years. They love everything you cook and people always compliment you on your meals. And to add to that, you do this very frugally and you know how to cook these meals on a tight budget. This is a skill that many people will need. You can look at this twofold. You can teach people how to cook. You can do online cooking classes or a YouTube cooking channel. And then you can also teach people how to do this on a budget, and that's something that people really need right now. We're all being forced to eat more at home, which means we have to cook more, and then our money is tight, so we need to do this in the most economical way possible. So this is using skills that you've obtained just being a mom and taking care of your family, and using those skills to make extra money in a side hustle. So these 3 examples show you how you can use skills that you already have that you're using every day to make some money on the side. So there you have it. Those are 5 side hustles that you can do during this pandemic to make some extra money. At the end of every one of my videos, I say, I hope you found these tips valuable. But in this one, I'm going to say something different. I hope you found these tips actionable. I hope I've given you some things, or at least made you think about some things that you can start doing to bring in some extra money. These tips won't help if you don't take action on them. So really think about some of the tips that I've given you today and think about how you can actually implement them and start getting some real income coming into your house. Because now we're in a time where you don't just need to think about your dreams, you really need to act on them because you really do need money. Nobody is really secure in this time, so you need to have ways, multiple ways, to bring in income into your family just in case anything that you're doing happens to go away. So again, I hope these are helping you. At the beginning, I told you that if you stayed to the end, that I had something special for you, and we are at that time. All you have to do is look down in the description, click on the link, give me your email address, and I'll send it your way. But before you do that, I've got something else I'd like for you to watch. I'd like for you to watch this video right here. I chose it especially for you, and I'm going to meet you over there. Bye.